Good evening and salutations, my YNR fans. So, Diane is being all extra. Like, Jack is not there talking to her about the issues and everything like that, that Billy is going up against, Victor and everything. And Diane pretty much is like, yeah, that's a Billy problem. Okay? Billy's going to sit there and have to learn on his own. We got more pressing problems. And I get that Billy and Diane have their history, have their issues and everything. But Diane usually has more tact in situations like that. And her more immediate concern at this point right now is to find a replacement for Kyle. Jack thinks that's a bad idea because, they're already having issues with Kyle. But Diane pretty much is like, how bad could it get? Like, what's the worst that can wind up happening? Like, we tried everything short of me quitting. Like, there's not really much we could sit there and do at this point in time. So we need to sit there and kind of just like move forward with the company. We still got to sit there and stand on business. And Jack says a comment that was really out of pocket. He was like, "It seems like you care more about the company than our own son." And I'm like, "Are are you serious right now?" So he leaves. Audra comes in. I don't really know why, but she comes in. And Diane starts getting up in her face, talking about, well, you need to take your claws out of my son, and just really getting up in his face and everything like that. They go back and forth. They really start arguing. And Jack has to come and break it up and apologize to Audra for Diane's behavior. Which I guess on some level, I can see Diane being upset. Like, I don't need somebody to sit there and apologize for me. I am my own person. I sit there and make my own, I say what I want to sit there and say. Like, I can apologize for myself. I don't need you sitting there doing that. So they're going back and forth. They're having this argument and everything like that. And Audra sees it. Now, going back a little bit, Audra is sitting there telling Victor about her idea that she had that she was going to present, but Kyle sabotaged it. And then Kyle comes in, and Victor's like, "Are you sitting there trying to sabotage her? Like, you want to sit there and explain yourself?" Because at this point, he's like, listen, I get you don't like her and she don't like you. When y'all start doing things that is detrimental to the company, that's a problem. And so at this point, he's just done. He's like, you know what? Y'all need to sit there and prove to me who can run the company. Now he doesn't even sit there and say how. He doesn't give them specifics or whatever challenge that he has. Just like, now come up with it yourselves. So she comes back with intel that Diane and Jack are fighting, and Victor's pretty much just like, yeah, and they always fight. What's like what's new about that? That's what you got me. I told you to get I give you a challenge of finding a way to be useful to me, and you come back up with an argument. And while that's going on, Kyle is at the house. He sees Diane's laptop open, still logged in, which is actually pretty amazing because let's just put it this way: most computers, most company computers or whatever, it will lock up after a certain time period. So the fact that it was still open is a little kind of far fetched, but whatever. Anyway, he finds out what Diane is working on. He tells Victor that Jabot Smith they're working on a new product, and if we could sit there and get our hands on it first or make it first, whatever, we'll make Jabot look stupid and Glissade will look a lot better, whatever. He's like, if I'm going to go to extremes and betray my family, I want something in return. He pretty much like, I want Audra to be fired. So after Audra sits there and tells Victor, the non-important info, he pretty much fires her. And I'm like, the thing is, she has a look of annoyance. She doesn't have a look of concern, worry, or really shocked or really like angry or whatever. It's just more like it's like if somebody stepped in her shoes by accident. And I'm kind of like, you probably need to have a bigger reaction to that. Because in all reality, if you're not working for Victor Newman, you're pretty much not working for anyone. There is nobody in that town that will hire you. Sharon wouldn't hire Audra as a barista. So if you're not working for um, Devon or Billy or Jabot or anything like that, you got you got major problems. This is why, in a sense, when I put out my video yesterday, I put out the live stream yesterday, and I asked the question, "Whose team are you on?" Audra has been vexing as F lately, but Kyle is a trust fund baby. If Kyle would have got fired, he would have been fine. Kyle wouldn't have been worried about where he's going to sleep, meals, or anything like that. Audra gets fired. Audra doesn't have a backup plan. Okay, your backup plan, you pretty much kind of screwed over. So unless you're going to sit there and make real good with Nate and have Nate sit there and pay your bills, you're done. Which is now Sharon. Sharon. I can't even sit there and describe like these conversations with Cameron, her dark thoughts or whatever. They're so weird in a sense. But long story short, she is playing the part, and she is playing it a little bit too well. She is very upbeat. She's very energetic. She woke up. She made muffins and stuff like that. And before she got in the room, Nick and Faith are still worried about her. So she puts on a hell of a show. Sit there and let her family know that she is a-okay, that she's good, and she's ready to sit there and start tackling life again. Even allows Nick to sit there and take her to her appointment. Um, and doesn't sit there and push too hard when she clearly wants to get rid of Nick. When they get to the coffee place, apologizes to Phyllis. So textbook wise, she's sitting there doing all the right moves. But Nick, even though Nick is smiling and he's trying not to sit there and be too worried or anything like that, he knows in the back of his head that she's not on there. Now, while that's going on, Daniel's sitting there hanging out with Summer and Phyllis, kind of freaking out a little bit because Heather's gone, and he's sitting there thinking that it's his fault that he drove her away somehow. And Phyllis is like, no, this is Sharon, she's being over the top and everything like that. I still remember she said that she wanted to put Sharon in a headlock. But at some point, they do wind up seeing Sharon, and Daniel's like, listen, I know she apologized, but things are still way too tense. Summer wants to sit there and say hi to her dad, and Phyllis is like, oh, I'll come with you. Like, Phyllis, you know damn well you don't need to sit there and be there. But she goes there anyway, and like I said, Sharon apologizes. Phyllis accepts it, and kind of just like move on a little bit. Now, when Phyllis is with Daniel again, he gets a call from the police. And police sit there and tell Daniel that they found Heather's body. Daniel goes there to identify the body, which is Heather. By the way, props to Y&R and their makeup department because they did a hell of a good job. They did a hell of a good job really making her look like she's been in the water dead for like at least about a week or so. So, props to her. Um, by the way, I've said this before, and I'll sit there and say this again. Daniel is not responsible for Cassie's death. Like, in the episode, her subconscious is sitting there saying that you still need to kill Daniel to get justice for Cassie. But it was Cassie the one that was sitting there driving the car. Yes, Daniel shouldn't have been sitting there drinking while he was underage and everything. But I'm pretty sure some of the other teens at that party shouldn't have been drinking either, and they might have been underage as well. Well, I'm other teens, so they are underage. But the point is, Sharon is sitting there coming at Daniel like it was Daniel that was sitting there driving the car, and it wasn't. And it's a little out of pocket for her to sit there and keep coming at him with that energy. And in reality, and this sounds bad to say, but this was Cassie's fault. Cassie had many other options other than getting behind the wheel of a car and driving. Now, yes, it was a teen, bad decision making skills a lot of times, and it was an accident. But that's pretty much where the buck should stop. Anyway, I feel like that is just the episode. I might have missed some stuff here and there, but essentially that's the episode. If I missed anything, write in the comment section or come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, and Young and Restless. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.